You're looking at homes online and you have a specific question. Maybe it's about where the laundry room's located or taxes. Maybe the home is really similar to yours and you're thinking about selling it. You click on the contact agent or ask a question button depending on what site you're on. You're expecting to be connected to the listing agent. Instead, your phone starts ringing and it never stops. Realtor.com just sold your information to as many as 4 agents. And every other site sells your information too. Zillow, Trulia, and literally thousands of other sites. You just wanted to ask a question about a house. You didn't know you would need to file an FCC complaint and get a new phone number to make the call stop. Today, I'm going to tell you what happens to your contact information when you do ask a question on one of those home search sites. I'll also tell you how to stop those phone calls from happening, and I'll give you an alternative if you do have questions while you're searching for homes. Also, if you're looking to buy or sell, just hit me up. Call me or text me. My contact information is down below. I'm the longtime agent. Say something in the text about Realtor.com sucks or Zillow sucks. I'll give you an extra credit at closing. It'll be worth your while. And now's just as good a time as any to ask you just to take a moment and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel tremendously. And yeah, so let's get into this. If you're like me, you're pretty selective about sharing your information online. Once someone has my number, it usually takes an act of Congress to get them to stop calling. Did you know that when you're looking for a home, your contact information is bought and sold daily by the real estate home search sites and the agents who partner with them? I'm going to tell you how this really works, and you may want to sit down for this. Usually, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, you head over to one of the big real estate websites like Zillow or Realtor.com, maybe Trulia. Maybe you get an email or you see an ad that catches your eye and you end up on some other website and you enter your personal information to access their version of the MLS. Agents spend a ton of money to get your information from these tech giants. And a lot of these websites sell your information to multiple people. These platforms make millions of dollars by selling your information to agents. And some of them may even sell your information to another lead generation platform. Now, this really sucks because all you wanted to do is ask a quick question, and now you've been reduced to being a lead to that 12 agents that are blowing up your phone, and you're really overwhelmed by it all, so much so that you don't want to talk to any of them. Let's talk about the agents that buy these leads. They buy your information just hoping that you don't have a real estate agent. And some of these mega teams will spend over $20,000 a month on internet leads. And then they start power dialing. And that means your number is plugged into an automated dialer and you get called nonstop by the team or some virtual assistant in the Philippines who makes the calls for them. This strategy works about 2 to 5% of the time. And a lot of these agents buy so many leads that they can't work them themselves. So they hire more agents to work these leads. And those agents are going to make those calls because the team leader just spent $20,000 on leads that month, and those calls better be getting made or there'll be some tough conversations. I mean, if you think about it, they'll fire a real estate agent for not calling enough people enough times. Some of these guys are expected to make 50 to 100 calls a day. So if they have your number, they will call you relentlessly. It's what they signed up to do when they agreed to work for that team. A lot of these teams will tell you have to call somebody 12 times before you could put that person in light rotation, meaning maybe they only get called every week for a while. Then maybe after a couple of months, they get called once a month. And that doesn't count the emails and the texts. So again, this is what you can expect if you input your information in a site like Realtor.com or Zillow, any of those big real estate websites. What if you filled out your information a year ago? Well, that just means you're an old lead, and that means you're fair game for a brand new agent to practice. So they will be calling you when they hire a new agent. And what if you filled out your information 2 Januaries ago because you were looking at homes? The thought is, well, they were looking at homes a couple of Januaries ago. Maybe they didn't buy, but they're thinking about buying this January. So they'll start calling you again. And if you ask them to delete your information, they may tell you they'll delete it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But if you delete their information as an agent, the team leader will typically get an email that said that you deleted a lead. And usually there's some sort of reprimand, or they'll tell you to not delete the lead. And maybe you can change the status of it, but never delete a lead. So how do you make the madness stop? Now I'll tell you how to make the phone call stop. But before I do that, if you like this business model, or if you've been very frustrated by this business model, if you've been on the business end of phone calls that you can't make stop, no matter how much you ask to be removed from a list, let me know in the comments section. Let me know what you think of Realtor.com and Zillow and how your information is bought and sold. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people like the websites, but they don't like the phone calls. So again, let me know in the comments if you've put yourself in a situation where you're getting these phone calls nonstop. How do you really make them stop? We already discussed asking them to remove you from their calling list, and sometimes that works. The other thing you can do that's probably a little bit more effective is to find out which broker is calling you, what team, what brokerage, and then let that person know that you've already signed an agreement to work with another agent. Once you've done that, they can't call you anymore. I'm not a lawyer and this isn't legal advice, but this has been the law in Colorado since the Real Estate Commission ruled on it in 2016. Agents are usually very respectful of somebody working with another agent. Not all of them, but most are. So that should be enough to make the call stop. Some of the agents running their teams this way make a ton of money. I mean, a lot of money. And I've worked in that system before. I love what I do. I love selling real estate, but I don't want to be a telemarketer to do it. So if that's what it takes to be successful in real estate today, I'll find something else to do. I'm not going to call someone until they hate me. Agents will go to trainings and classes and they'll call it hustle, but I call it disrespectful. So I want to try and do things a little bit differently, which is why I started this YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I do my best to put out helpful information that's relevant and real to people who are considering buying and selling a home in the Colorado Springs area. So if that's you, please consider subscribing and let me know what videos you'd like to see. I take requests. I saw a social media post in a real estate agent group that I belong to where one of the agents was looking for someone to skip trace a list of potential customers. Well, they purchase this list online weekly, and somebody commented that their company does just that. And even better, they'll provide the times that the person on that list is most likely to be looking at their screen. Everyone's different, but I can't imagine there are too many people that like the idea of a real estate agent trying to earn your business by buying your information online, skip tracing it with a company that will tell them when you're most likely to be looking at your phone. If you want to do something differently, let me know. If you find yourself in that place where they're calling you nonstop, use that "I have an agent, I've already signed an agreement. If you could please stop calling," they will stop calling. But if you do just want to ask a question and you don't want to get spammed endlessly, call or text me. Let me know. I don't even have a software system in place that would allow me to spam somebody even if I wanted to. I don't want to. There's no obligation. If you're not ready to commit to an agent, that's fine. If you just have a question about buying, that's fine. If you have a question about selling, that's fine. If you just want to know a dollar amount of what your home would sell for and you don't even want me to know anything else about you other than the address, I can do that too. Just reach out to me and you can avoid ending up on some sort of phone list. Now, at some point, you're going to have to sign paperwork. You can call it a contract if you want. It is a legally binding document that will allow your agent to represent you in a transaction, whether you're a buyer or a seller. And that's just the state of Colorado telling us how to do business. It's for your protection as well as ours. But if you get to the point where you've signed an agreement with me and you change your mind and you're just looking to go a different direction, again, there's no obligation to move forward. I always put it in writing in every agreement that the buyer or seller has the right to terminate the agreement at any time without penalty. It holds me accountable. It gives you a little bit of comfortability to know that you're not stuck in a contract that you're unhappy with. So who else does that, right? You have all the control and nobody's buying or selling your information online. Now, if you already signed an agreement to work with an agent, I'm not directing this comment at you. I'm not trying to interfere with that relationship. So please know that that's not the case. But if you're tired of getting 15 calls because you just wanted to know what elementary school is closest to the house, well, break out of the advertising matrix with me and let me help. I'll answer those questions for you. And again, no obligation. Just try and make it easy for you. I definitely do want to talk to you, but only when you're ready to talk. A text is usually a good icebreaker. And I put my phone number in the description below, and I'll put it up on the screen right here. If you're ready for a phone call, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I also have my website information in the description. If you want to learn more about buying or selling, I have some updated market statistics on there. I have relocation information listed, crime stats. I have reviews. I have some other YouTube videos on there you might find helpful. You don't even have to enter your name to access it. I really am here to serve. Let me know how I can help. I've talked long enough. Thanks for listening. I will give you just a few more seconds to click that thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It's the number one thing you can do to help the channel. So if you haven't already, just pop down there. It's really literally seconds before this video ends. So you're about to miss your window to give it a thumbs up. All right. And that's enough. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.